Friday witnessed significant stock market fluctuations following President Donald Trump's tariff announcements and subsequent reciprocal actions from China. The S&P 500 registered a notable decline, reflecting market reactions to the escalating trade dynamics between the two nations. Amidst this period of economic uncertainty, a distinct piece of information emerged and gained visibility. A video shared via Donald Trump's Truth Social platform contained a specific assertion regarding the perspective of the prominent investor, Warren Buffett. The claim presented within this video attributed significant praise to Buffett, stating he assessed the administration's recent actions as the best economic moves he's seen in 50 years. Furthermore, the video's voiceover suggested these market movements, specifically referencing a potential 20% downturn, were a deliberate strategy endorsed by Buffett. However, this reported assessment, originating from an unattributed audio source on Instagram before being shared more widely, swiftly encountered direct contradiction from authoritative sources closely linked to Buffett himself. Examination of the factual record surrounding this claim reveals a clear discrepancy between the assertion disseminated and the verified position of the individual cited. In direct response to the video's circulation, a formal statement emerged from Berkshire Hathaway, the company led by Warren Buffett. Issued shortly after the video appeared on Truth Social, this communication explicitly labeled reports circulating on social media attributing recent economic commentary to Buffett as false. While the statement did not single out the specific video shared by Trump, its timing and content directly addressed the nature of the claim being propagated. The company offered no further clarification beyond this definitive denial. This corporate refutation found corroboration through established journalistic channels. CNBC reporter Becky Quick conveyed information received directly from Buffett himself. According to this reporting, Buffett confirmed that any quotes circulating via social media concerning the current economic situation and attributed to him were, in fact, not authentic. Furthermore, Buffett communicated a clear intention to refrain from public commentary on matters related to the markets, the economy, or tariffs until the scheduled Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting in early May. This declared silence contrasts sharply with the assertive economic pronouncements falsely ascribed to him in the shared video. This current position aligns with Buffett's documented approach in the recent past. An early March interview saw him characterize tariffs when asked about their potential economic effect quite seriously, terming them an act of war to some degree. Yet, when pressed in the same interview for his view on the state of the economy, he explicitly declined to elaborate, stating, "I can't talk about it now, I really can't." This pattern of guarded commentary, particularly on potentially contentious economic or political topics, is consistent with his stated policy of avoiding remarks that could negatively impact Berkshire Hathaway's diverse business operations. His limited public guidance recently, found in his annual letter, focused on the general need for the nation to maintain a stable currency through wisdom and vigilance, rather than endorsing specific contemporary policy maneuvers. While the official statements and direct communications establish Buffett's actual position as one of non-commentary and denial regarding the circulating quotes, the act of disseminating the video presents a different operational reality. The video, featuring audio traced back to an Instagram post from mid-March, was amplified through the Truth Social platform by President Trump. This action occurred precisely during the period of heightened market volatility and escalating trade tensions. The content presented, asserting strong approval from a renowned financial figure for policies coinciding with market downturns, stands in stark opposition to the verified stance communicated by Buffett and his company. Compounding this contrast is the documented lack of response from official representatives associated with Donald Trump when inquiries were made regarding the sharing of this video. Requests for comment on the decision to post the content containing the erroneous attribution went unanswered. Therefore, the operational sequence observed involves the propagation of a claim directly contradicted by its purported source, followed by silence from the entity responsible for its wider dissemination when clarification was sought. This leaves the action of sharing the unverified and subsequently falsified information acknowledged but officially unexplained. Analyzing the sequence further reveals a notable synchronization between the informational event and the immediate economic environment. The dissemination of the video containing the purported Buffett endorsement occurred precisely as market indicators reflected negative pressure, with the S&P 500 experiencing significant losses. This downturn was directly linked in financial reporting to the administration's tariff actions and the consequent retaliatory measures from China, escalating trade tensions. Introducing a narrative suggesting these economic shifts were not only deliberate but also lauded by a figure of Buffett's stature presents a potential counterpoint to the prevailing interpretation of market anxiety driven by trade conflict. The claim offered an alternative framing, that the turbulence was a calculated, strategically sound maneuver receiving expert validation. However, this framing relies entirely on the authenticity of the attributed statement. Given the swift and categorical denials issued by both Berkshire Hathaway and Buffett via verified channels, the factual basis for this alternative interpretation dissolves. The operational reality remains. Market declines coincided with escalating trade disputes, and the circulated claim of expert endorsement for these conditions was demonstrably false according to the named source. This leaves the act of sharing the video positioned temporally against negative economic news, but devoid of the factual weight necessary to credibly reframe those events. This specific incident serves to illustrate wider dynamics within the contemporary information environment, particularly concerning economic discourse. The episode highlights the potential influence wielded by statements attributed, correctly or incorrectly, to figures with established reputations in finance and investment, such as Warren Buffett. Attaching a name associated with economic acumen to a particular viewpoint, even if fabricated, represents an attempt to lend that viewpoint credibility it might otherwise lack. Furthermore, the sequence demonstrates the velocity at which information, regardless of its veracity, can propagate through social media ecosystems. An assertion originating on one platform can be rapidly repackaged and amplified across others, reaching substantial audiences before verification processes can fully engage. The rapid response from Berkshire Hathaway and the subsequent reporting based on direct communication with Buffett underscore the critical function of authoritative sources in counteracting misinformation. These official denials serve as essential reference points for establishing the factual record. The entire event reinforces the necessity for rigorous verification protocols, particularly when evaluating claims related to sensitive economic policies or market conditions, especially those circulating outside traditional, vetted channels. It underscores the distinction between disseminated assertions and confirmed, attributable statements from primary sources. Ultimately, the documented evidence presents an unambiguous picture. A specific claim regarding Warren Buffett's assessment of contemporary economic policies and market actions was circulated via a prominent social media account. This claim, attributing strong endorsement amidst market volatility linked to tariff implementations, was directly and rapidly contradicted by the purported source, Warren Buffett, through both his company's official statement and direct communication relayed by verified reporting. His actual stated position involved explicit non-commentary on the current economic situation and tariffs, alongside a documented history of caution regarding such public pronouncements and a prior characterization of tariffs in grave terms. Therefore, the assertion shared on Truth Social lacks any factual basis according to the individual it cited. The operational reality confirmed through established verification channels is that Warren Buffett did not offer the praise attributed to him regarding the administration's recent economic moves. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this analysis, and be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more geopolitical insights like this. I love hearing your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. Share this video with anyone interested in deeper perspectives on current events. Until next time, stay informed and think critically. Thank you.